Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
The reason why I should never make a change. Baby, if you want me, then all of this will go away.
Here we go, 10:30 on the dot. How about that? Welcome back to this Thursday morning. You know, we got some exciting news. A partnership. C-Rations, Grub, Slurped, Daquiri, under one roof at Eastgate Plaza. This is what the people needed.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about this?
We are excited.
Very excited.
This has probably been a long time coming, and the way that it happened, you wouldn't believe it if we told you, but
Right.
you know, it's been a long time coming.
Well, and Hoover, Christina, how does it feel? I mean, you guys have worked for a very, no one realizes it. I do because I've known you for a little bit of time.
Day one, yes. Day one, too, yeah.
You put in the work. I mean, nonstop. You had the whole family helping you. What I thought was the coolest thing ever was,
Thank you.
And I'm not patronizing you, was to see all the children, and whenever you're doing the catering and the bulk orders, they were moving. And, you know, I just couldn't get over it. And to see that's a family business.
Yeah, it's some awesome kids. Yes,
And they still do.
Yeah.
They still do. They don't complain.
College and everything else.
So we got two in college and they come home.
That's incredible.
Come on and jump right in.
And look, money makes kids do the best things.
I was going to say, parents are going to ask you for your secrets here in a second, you know.
Pay them.
Pay the kids. Pay the kids.
So Slurped Daquiri's been at Eastgate Plaza, and they're working today. So we're going to keep moving. But the bottom line is this: they didn't sell food.
Yep.
Right.
But they sold drinks.
They sold drinks.
You guys don't sell drinks.
Nope.
Right? But you make some darn good food.
Yep.
Yes.
So why not partner up?
Yep.
Yes.
And you know, it kind of just came down very quickly.
Did it really?
You know, we started asking people, hey, what do you think?
I got to know the story here.
So the story,
the
quick version.
Okay, let's see.
Quick version. In the wintertime, we have to close our food truck,
right?
Because it's cold.
There's no way,
and we're old. And it hurts.
Right.
So we were looking around. We were looking for a small space that we could just kind of, if anything, pull our truck up. But we had a warm spot during the winter, so we didn't have to close. And we happened to get some work done on our actual truck, our pickup. And we spoke to one guy. One guy knew this. The other person knew this person. And then the next thing you know, we're talking to Dorian and Jasmine, and then within 48 hours, we were like
sitting in front of
Todd and Julia. And then the next thing you know, we're like, hey, so I think we're opening a restaurant.
Isn't it crazy how that just works sometimes?
Yeah.
Well, and that to me is you always know there's a plan out there because sometimes things just line up in a way that there has to be somebody there guiding the course.
CJ, let me tell you, I'm going to tell you. So before the conversation started, with everything, we were actually looking at a totally different place.
No kidding.
And they were signing the lease that day that we saw it. And so we were like, well, you know, we prayed, and then we were like, this is all we need, Lord. Like, we ain't trying to be rich.
Well, and that's
anything.
And see, that's the thing that I wish more younger entrepreneurs would realize, that you got to realize what your goals are. People think, and I always get yelled at for this, and you're kind of in a way crucified because I say Alton's not New York. We are a small town. Riverbend's made up of small communities that make up a larger one. So quit acting like you're going to make $4 million a year. It's not going to happen. You got to find your mission and why you want to do something, especially in a small town. And when you live by what you do, like both of you and your family has done for over a decade, it seems like at this point. It has been.
Yes.
Man, it has been.
I'm telling you.
Oh my.
I'm telling you. You know,
wow, it don't seem like it.
It doesn't. Because when you're working that hard, it feels like it's yesterday.
It does. And it goes by, and you know, the kids keep growing, they keep getting older, and they keep getting lives, but they keep doing it. So, you know, until they don't, we're going to keep on.
So, and that's why I think this is such a perfect fit, because you needed to have I think it's always good to have a brick and mortar, especially for food, because you never know whenever someone wants to stop in or have that set location where people can find you. And the fact that this is like a hand fit in a glove, you know, situation with Slurped.
It worked out. It worked out so perfect.
They awesome.
Are they
They
good
are
people?
awesome. They're
Yeah.
very good people.
Yep.
And
And they're family oriented too.
Right.
So it kind of, we
So-
don't have to explain anything because they deal with the same thing
they've
we
been
deal
grinding
with.
too,
They've
just
been
like us,
grinding
but
too.
just
They've
on a
been
different side, but on the drink side. But yeah, they've been putting in work. So.
I love it. I mean, that's another thing that I think makes a partnership successful is the fact that you have to believe in the same message, in the same vision. And how are you going to get there? And it seems like just by hearing you guys a little bit, this is the same kind of, vision on this.
Oh yeah.
I wish that there were more small businesses that understood we grow better together.
Yeah,
Like,
that is true.
The whole idea of cornering a market
Don't even get me
in
started.
little old Riverbend, Alton
Don't even
area, it is not a realistic thing.
I was speaking at Alton Main Street a couple weeks ago, and Sarah McGibney asked me to come speak at their appreciation party, and I said, Alton Main Street's successful because you guys have realized you can't succeed as individuals. You'll sink quicker than the Titanic
Yep.
did,
You will.
but as a team and as a unit, if you all work together and quit being greedy and
Yep.
just decide, hey, we can do this as a
Yeah.
team, you'll achieve greater heights in that prosperous field
Yep.
of gold tomorrow if you do it together, and that's the only way you can.
Because I'm not selling what you selling.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And in
so
this
it's different.
town, they don't come for the service. They come for who you are as a person.
Exactly.
And I don't
Yep.
care what anyone says.
I agree.
That's why we talk to anybody and everybody
Exactly.
every chance we
There's
get.
40,000 bars in this town, and I'm not saying that, and it's half joke, but people go to their prospective bar or that
Yeah.
restaurant because of the staff, because of the person behind that bar, or just like
Right.
you're getting your tire changed. You'd rather talk
Yeah.
to the cool dude that's changing your tire rather than the guy that's kind of a little cold. It's no
Right.
different.
Yeah,
Same
dude,
thing.
I mean, you do run across people that are angry they woke up in the morning and angry they have a job, but I mean, and then that's how they treat people.
Exactly.
That's how they day is.
No,
yeah. So-
no, we prefer to stay on the kind side because it comes back to you
It does.
10,000 fold. All you got to do is be nice.
There is so many times when I had that business and I was a whole different person 10 years or 8 years ago or 7 years ago, whenever it was. But, you start to realize that the conversations you have now, like I have with people that come on the show, it's like, I've been righting a lot of wrongs because everyone knows I was a part of your 7 years ago. It's no open, it's a kind of an open secret. And,
It's not like that's what we do in our 20s.
Right.
Yeah.
But, and I lost a business and all of that, but it's the fact that, you own it, you own who you are, and you keep communicating because the town will rally around you like they did for C-Rations Grub because you have a great message, some great food, and you have a great meaning for the community and giving free food to children and all these community-oriented services you do along with Feed My Peeps at times with Jackie.
Right.
She's lovely too. And I just love that we have a hardworking family, two hardworking families now partnering up
sir.
and going to make a banger out of a
Yes, sir.
restaurant.
Oh, we're so
over at
excited.
Eastgate Plaza.
I don't think that Dorian and Jasmine have realized. I'm like, we started this going forward with the Most High. We going forward with the Lord. And I told her, I said, at this point, He didn't bring us this far to just drop us off.
Right. He's gonna drop us off.
So
we are
I don't
here.
think that they don't see it. They're getting there. But
Yeah.
I think when we finally open, I'm gonna see that smile. we've been
I can
looking
attest
for.
to this. I can attest to this. I happened to work with Hoover and Christina a couple of times years ago. I didn't realize what I was getting myself into. Okay. You are going to have so much success, and you're going to have a fun time doing
We
it.
pray that in Jesus' name.
What
We
I,
do.
what I think's great, though, is the military background shows through in situations like this. And what I mean by that is you're a unit. You're
Right.
a team, and you're going to work hard with each other. You aren't
Yes.
working hard on your own.
No.
You're working hard together, and we're a team. We're going to help out when we need to, and it's going to be a success.
Yes, and
Success,
I
yes.
hope that can lend to be a testament for other
Yeah.
small business
Small
owners
businesses.
as well, because there are many of us out there. You know, I had to hire a personal assistant
Yeah, I saw that.
because I was doing everything. I was scheduling, keeping the books, making the food, cooking the food, and then we're going out selling the food. I mean, that's how we met.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
Right.
and then,
Well, and you got to be a mom still.
oh
Yes.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
a wife
this-
and all that. Yes.
Coach and things like that.
Yeah, he still coaches.
Still coaches. So,
So what I learned is you can do everything yourself, but you're given mediocre effort.
That's what it
and,
is.
She's awesome,
and
too.
so
She's
when I
stepped
hired
in,
her,
man.
I hired her because my business had to stay alive.
Yeah.
Even when my dad passed.
I saw that. Yeah. Is everything going better now?
We are doing good, but you know,
Right
my
on,
business
yeah.
still had to stay afloat.
Exactly.
And she carried me. She carried
stepped
our
in like a
business.
champ, I
You know,
tell you.
Erica from Easy Solutions. You're my new bestie,
Yeah.
and you know that. And you know, she knows what I'm thinking at this point, and she can. I love her. She's the best.
Yeah, for me to tell you, man, I like your work. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Well, you're right. And before we take a break, because you aren't going anywhere, we got more to talk about. I just got to pay a bill. Grand opening is on February
the 4th at
That's
noon.
what I thought. And that's a Thursday, correct?
Nope, that is
Okay.
a
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sorry, I haven't started drinking yet. That is the Sunday.
That is a
February
Sunday.
the 4th, and it starts at noon, doesn't it?
Noon until we either sell out or we don't want to do it no more.
We'll find out all
Be an
about
open day. That's an open day.
That's
really.
right. And I like that, though,
Yeah.
because that way you guys can get in there without being shell-shocked, you know,
Right.
and you can
One thing we learned is we do not put time constraints on what we do because it's stressful.
It's very stressful. And I've never understood that because people, you can always tell the first time anyone does an event or anything like this because they go, oh, 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah,
you
good luck
ain't-
with that,
you
yeah.
aren't going to be set up in 2 hours.
No,
not.
the only thing people can
He's
get
not.
done in 2 hours is complain.
Yeah, you're amen. 1040. We'll take
yeah.
a quick pause and we'll come back with more of this right
Yeah.
after a quick break.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back, 1043, 25th day of January. It's a Thursday morning. Is it getting any brighter outside? It looks
Yeah.
like Seattle for 4 days.
I saw sunshine today.
You're right.
What?
Just for a glimpse. A glimpse.
Yeah, I saw sunshine
Peeking
today.
through the
Yeah.
clouds.
That's all right. That's
a lot of fog.
That's the Lord giving you a little hint that this grand opening on February the 4th is going to
Sir.
be a good one. So let's take me through the menu because you just showed it to me, and I'm
Yeah.
telling you what. All of you were in for some fun over there. This is cool. So deep fried burritos.
Yep.
We got great brisket. Your guys' brisket's fantastic. Your mac and cheese has always been really, really good. There's something about the cheeses, the sauce you put in there.
They come from all around for that one. They do.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so, take me through your menu and the alterations that you made for this.
So we do Mexi Creole, so
Yeah.
I made that up.
I was gonna say it, but she beat me to it. It took me about a year to get it right, so
We made that up. So we do. Our menu will have our traditional stuff like our deep fried burritos and the brisket mac and tacos, nachos, and stuff. But we also do Creole. So we have red beans and rice. We have gumbo. We have our special. One of our specials will be jambalaya. We will also have
gumbo
jerk.
greens.
We have jerk chicken. I make my own jerk.
Yeah.
We have jerk. Actually, everything that we have, I can make in jerk. We have one guy who actually particularly comes and gets jerk brisket. He's the only person that does
only
it.
one.
What?
His name's
Really?
Mike.
Yep. And he gets it.
Explain to me your choices, Mike. I don't know. I'm sure it's good. I've just never thought of a jerk
He
brisket.
will turn around and get that and then order a vegan rice bowl.
vegan rice bowl.
No, how do you make a jerk brisket? What's the process there? Is it? I don't know anything about food.
Oh, you won't know today.
No secrets. Darn it! I always try.
Nice try.
I always try. Well, as we're gearing up for this, I'm just excited because it's really cool when you see businesses working together. It's just it's so many times everyone thinks that they're going to be the next billionaire.
No.
It's not going to happen.
I don't want to be a billionaire. We just want to survive.
Yeah, that's all. Just
it.
live. That's
Well,
all.
and just be happy.
Yeah,
And
just live
that's it. You know,
watch the kids
less really
grow
is
and
more.
And
that's it. Just
thank you, because so many times it's like I talk to people and it's like the idea is, well, this is going to be the next Nashville. Okay, that's great, but you aren't going to get there with those ideas.
Right.
You just be comfortable with who you are, be comfortable in your shoes, and just make a business or anything you want to do successful for the community.
yeah. And that's it right there for the community.
That's
it's
it.
Small community, man.
So we took a break from doing our food giveaways because we do it in our food truck.
Right.
And it's cold, like I said. So, you know, and we were trying to figure out ways we could get back in there and start feeding the kids, you know, during the winter time. But now that this is going on, it's kind of like not on the back burner, but we're going to take a month or two.
Well, you need to
Yeah, get
things
business
set
right.
up, and that way, whenever it's all up and running, and you guys can take that time to go and do those giveaways, because I can guarantee you, none of those kids are ever going to forget it.
No.
Not a doubt.
They see us now, be like, hey, you're a food truck guy.
And it wasn't-
that's pretty cool.
I wanted to say too, you guys did something really cool, because when people do food giveaways, and I'm in the news, so I kind of know and get the press releases. It's not very good food a lot of the times.
No.
It's just
crap.
It is. It is.
It's processed. It's
It's junk.
genetically modified. It's we do hamburgers, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, chicken fajitas.
Fresh pico,
That's what I
things like
thought
that.
was so cool. It wasn't like you were doing this as a photo op. You actually were providing great meal. I'm sure, and I trust me, if you've actually been in and saw, some of the disparities that are there, I'm sure for a lot of kids that was the best meal they've had in a long time.
And that's why we do it.
And that's the thing.
Or the only meal, like when we came to the understanding that sometimes they don't get to eat.
When school's called off and things like that.
So I got in trouble because last 2 years when COVID ran, I was the only one that said, what about the kids that don't have any food at home or they're getting beaten by their parents? And all? I said, can we leave at least some part of the school open so they have a safe spot to go? And they all thought that I was just this crazy guy.
Ludicrous.
It had nothing to be about that. It was just about protecting those kids. And just like this, whether it's by feeding them or just making sure they're away from an abusive situation or a domestic dispute, I mean, that's a huge win. And just for those 30 minutes that they get to talk to you to pick up their food.
We get to love on them a little bit.
It's invaluable.
And, it's the best part because they know Miss Christie and Coach Hoover.
Yes. And that's
and we always want to be that safe space.
Absolutely.
I think the Lord provides us a good opportunity to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
But it's so important.
It really is.
The more the Lord give us, the more we're able to give back to the community, period.
And,
that's our motto right there.
You're 100% right. And on top of this, as we're getting back to the big news that you guys partnered up, and I mean, did you ever think that you'd be in a brick and mortar?
Nope.
Because I remember talking to you.
Actually, that wasn't even my desire.
I know, because I remember we've talked about this years ago, and you said, why do I want a brick and mortar and pay all this rent and overhead whenever people call me for food?
Yeah.
But the fact that now the tides changed to be a perfect situation.
Well, CJ, I've gotten older and I've gotten wiser.
10 years later on the body.
And what I do know is, so food trucks, you don't typically see wintertime. You don't see, but we still have to make a living somehow. Right. I got an understanding that a lot of them just do DoorDash. Well, I didn't want to do that. No. And so I'm like, well, why not put yourself on DoorDash? And it was genius. And so then we kind of just started looking for a small space to where we could just have somewhere for DoorDash to pick up our food. And turns out that the space that we were going to get, we were really getting ready to compromise everything that, you know, we like to do just to get into the space, and it just wasn't worth it. And then so when we made the decision not to go into that one, this one, when I say fell in our laps, fell in our laps.
That's a tough situation to be in, though, because you, even though you know the compromise is coming and you know that it's going to be tight for a little bit, in your mind it's like, but we got to do this. So I mean, could you describe maybe a little bit of what you did to navigate that? Because for a perspective, is that really what it was?
That's all we could do, because
really,
we were.
That was it. And then like 2 days later, you know, we didn't make no moves. We sat still. We prayed, sat still. Then 2 days later, all this started happening.
That's incredible. That's just incredible.
And like I said, it was by chance. A conversation with one person led to a conversation with another person, and we were getting our windows tinted. That's it.
That's all I was doing, getting the windows tinted. Just talking to people, getting our windows tinted. Mm-hmm. And that led to all of this.
I know where you got your windows tinted now. You saw my buddy Sean.
Yes, we did.
You're right.
We did.
Talking with Sean, and then he was like, yeah, man, you know, this, and that, go talk to them. Hey, you check this spot out? I was like, no, let's just walk over there. So we walked over there, and from that point on, it just kept going.
That's incredible. But do we know what our hours are going to be?
So for right now, until, you know, things may change depending on, you know, how everything works out. We don't know. We've never done this before.
Right. That's what I think's fun about this, too. And I like the honesty, because I think that's where the turmoil comes in from the general public sometimes is, you know, you put out on your Facebook, you know, here's your hours, here's what we're running with, but then if you aren't prepared for that, they expect you to be prepared for that.
Exactly.
And I like the honesty. Hey, this is new. We're going to figure this out.
Well, let me throw some more at you. We still have a food truck that we still plan on operating, so our hours are going to be flexible with that as well, because we have people who booked us last year. Going into summer, spring this year.
That's incredible.
And we have every intention on. I have only time I have ever canceled is if one, I got sick, or weather, obviously.
When it's 120 degrees in the truck.
In a tin box, because you boil, you do.
Yes.
Boil or you freeze.
You boil or you freeze. So this is something new. We're gonna try to open around 11 or 12.
Okay.
The plan is to open at noon. Or 11, something like that. And then during the different days of the week, you know, that might vary. We're not going to be open on Mondays because we've never worked on Mondays. Tuesdays are smoking day. It's
like, hey, easy. You know who you're talking to.
We smoke meat on Tuesdays.
That makes one of us. That makes two of us.
And then, you know, so we plan to be open Wednesday through Sunday. However, Saturdays are our holy day.
Yes.
So we don't work on Saturdays.
Work on the Saturday night.
And that's just what it is.
Well, and I think that's really it's important to share that, because that way you really get to build that relationship with the community, and it's not just a consumer, consumer restaurant relationship. It's a actual relationship where they know, oh, hey, no, it's Saturday.
Yeah,
we aren't going over there.
Yeah.
Or it's Monday. They aren't there, and I think that's that neighborhood aspect that we're missing. And I've said it for years. It's back 40 years ago, people got things done in town because bar owners kind of collaborated, talked a little bit, and you just kind of grew that way. And then you had bar owner or a business owner saying, hey, I'm done with this business. Do you want to come into this building? Here, you have
I wish that was a thing.
Not anymore.
I wish that was a thing.
Man, all in a small town, man, I don't see why it can't be like that. Well, I grew up in St. Louis, and it's like you have that, like if you go to a sports club, Matthew Dickey, you have that community like that.
Yes.
Alton is so small, you should have that.
Right. And I've said it for years. Alton's a town made up of 7 islands because each ward's its own neighborhood, its own town, and it's got to get back to, and not just Alton. Because they're going to think that I'm criticizing. I'm not.
It's just happen to live here.
Exactly. That's what it is. But it's throughout the RiverBend region. I've never understood. It's like this whole question mark of. You realize that every town is under 30,000 people in population, or
and that's
right around 35,000.
Like we're walking around like we're the stuff.
Right.
Like that's always said. I get so mad because people are flying down like these roads at like 9 a.m. It's like you aren't in New York going to a business meeting with Chase Bank. You're going to go see your dog groomer. Slow down,
Right.
you know.
You're taking your dog to the dog park for the walk. So,
Right.
Yeah, they flying by you, man. Like,
And that's why I'm so glad to hear your insights on this, because I think whenever I was talking about our interview, I wanted the public to really know who you two are as people, because there is no couple, in my opinion, in terms of new business owners that have that traditional business owner sense that very few have in town, like the Johnson's Corners of the world and all those folks that did it the old school way. Old school is coming back, and that's the way it needs to be, because that's the most successful.
It was never broken.
No.
It was never broken.
Yeah.
People broke it.
Yes.
yeah.
The system works. Like, whatever that is. But, you
Open
know.
to your interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all I'm
Fill in the
saying, what
blanks.
I'm saying is we grow better together.
That's
like,
right.
you know, the hardest thing for a food truck person is finding commissary. So you have to have a kitchen that you can tell the health department, this is where we keep our cold food, this is where
Right.
we cook our hot food, and this is where
Unless
we...
you're Popeyes.
Oh my goodness. Don't.
No,
Sorry.
no.
Been kind of vocal about that.
Sorry,
on
I've
the,
only called for a year now.
I've been very
you too.
vocal about
Yeah.
that on the Facebooks.
Yeah.
And so
oh,
it
man.
is what it is. But and so I think now, growing forward, my goal is to alleviate that need. We need ghost kitchens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
And so my goal growing forward, that's what my next mission will be. My next mission will be to provide a space for these small-time cottage caterers or
'cause there's a lot of 'em out
in-home
there.
caterers
So
and stuff
that's-
like I started.
Right.
A lot of them out there.
And it's a tough thing to start.
It is.
And you do it, but I was talking to Linda Pedersen, who was my safe food specialist.
Oh,
we-
I miss Linda.
Yeah.
once a month, Linda comes on the show and we do a segment that she sponsors. By the way, thank you for bringing that up. You did and I did. But we're going to take a break. We're coming back in March and doing a new Food for Thought segment that's actually really fun and more of a vlog based, where we're going to go to your restaurants.
Oh, fun.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, so we'll have some fun with Linda.
That's nice.
Whenever we were sitting there and just kind of, talking about things, I really think for that aspect alone of the ghost kitchen, for the chili cook-offs that everyone wants to do, because they're great ideas and they make a lot of money.
They do.
Yeah.
But you have a health department that was being just way too strict about this, because, in my opinion, if you're going to pay for the chili, then you better pay for the consequence of it turning out bad.
That's it. That's
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
Simple as that.
Anyway, it's just...
So, but we just need to, there's so many people who have great food businesses, food concepts, food ideas, and they don't have the space. And you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And we run
The health
across them
department
all
don't
the
want you
time.
doing it in your
Man,
house.
man.
So,
Well, and what I think is a big testament to both of you is that you aren't click people.
no.
Never have been.
No.
You are folks that just help. You're genuine, and if someone's genuine to you, you're genuine back
That's
to
it.
them regardless.
We
And-
match energy very well.
Well, and yeah.
Yes, we do.
And whenever they call you, though, they aren't going to get somebody. They don't have to call their friend anymore or find that person that knows somebody that can get them into a kitchen. Eventually, they'll be able to say, "Hey, I'm
Right.
starting out. I really need some space. Can I utilize it?" And then you almost get a mentor in itself, because there's two people that have done this before, and they're sitting right in front of me.
Look,
Can
there's
you
no need
imagine?
in reinventing the wheel.
Yep.
Can you imagine if you have that opportunity for so many small businesses around here, there's surrounding areas,
Yeah.
and then at the same time you build on that and have fairs for those particular businesses.
Exactly.
Like you say, chili cook-offs and so on and so on. There's so many opportunities if you just don't be greedy about it and just bring the community in just to have some fun as a community.
And, I don't know what you think about this, but I've always thought people need to ask the question, whether you're in business or whether you're just a normal, regular, 9-to-5 office worker, what do you want your role in the community to be? Who defines you in the community? Because if you think that your end-all, be-all goal is to be the richest guy in town, good luck, because there's about 28,000 other people that are looking to be that too.
Exactly.
So find your role. Find who you are in town and find what fits you. And don't try to shake the deal too hard. Just be a part of the team and just grow together and have civil conversations.
That's going to be your new phrase.
Yeah.
That's going to be your new phrase.
What's that?
Grow together.
Grow together. No, I like yours. Growing forward. I really
Growing forward.
I think that is such an important quote too. And so, with that being said, damn, we're already out of time. It's 10:59.
Oh wow.
Oh, sorry.
Always
We just
have
start
fun.
talking and then we just kind of keep going. Let's talk grand opening. What day again?
February 4th, Sunday, 12 o'clock until we either sell out or we don't want to do it no more.
And where are we located at Eastgate Plaza?
99 Eastgate Plaza, East Alton, Illinois.
There we go. We're out of time.
All right.
I will see you all tomorrow live for our daily show. We got a busy show again, but thank both of you for your time.
Thank you for
And
having us again.
Thank you all for hanging out with me. On that note, have a great day, and until tomorrow, try your best to stay out of jail.